Like a very reasoned approach to what has been a complicated situation for their family. Lindsay, how do you feel like Coco and the whole family have dealt with everything that's come to them in the last couple of months?
It seems on the outside amazingly well, and you get a sense by just listening to Corey there in that interview that she's going to be okay. This is a dad and a coach that has his head on correctly and isn't getting blown away with everything that's happened, isn't too excited about everything. He's very level-headed about it all. I love the way he was talking about this generation and how it's changed. And you have to adapt. And you can say, oh, why don't the kids do this? But you've got to adapt to this generation. And whether that's his wife's pushing Candy or he figured that out, I love it that he's able to work with his daughter, not yell at her, not tell her how it has to be, but work with her.
I could separate the parent from the child. It's like, you didn't clean your room, so you're not going to get to play tennis. How do you separate the two? But he definitely has his head on his shoulders just the right way, sees the long term. But it's interesting, before we talk about evolution of tennis in terms of strategy, in terms of shot making, in terms of the rackets, but now we have to talk about social media and how life impacts the sport is, there's another evolution right there, and they seem to be handling it so well.
So because of the age eligibility rule after the U.S. Open, you really only play a handful of tournaments between now and her 16th birthday next spring. Paul, is that a good thing or a bad thing for Coco?
I think it should be neither in the big picture. If you're going to be a great player, you're going to figure it out. I was so impressed with Corey's ability to manage the situation. It was such a great half-an-hour chat. I tell you, Shelby and the Tennis Channel team did such an amazing job, not only here, but all the interviews I've been able to do. And he was so forthright, so balanced. And what I was really impressed with is his understanding that she's a 15-year-old kid. And this is a long journey. This is not a 10-second sprint. This is a long journey. She's got her feet planted in the ground. A lot of it's because of her parents. She's in great hands with Team 8 management company. They do a great job trying to mold the big picture. And like you said, Lindsay, no steps out of line so far, and there shouldn't be if they just stay on this track.
Here's what she's done at tour level so far this year. It's been very limited. She got into Miami as a wild card, won a round there, then qualified, of course, made the huge run at Wimbledon. She qualified, barely got into qualifying in D.C., lost in the first round of the main draw there. Lindsay, I'm going to throw the age eligibility question back at you. I know you have thoughts on this. How do you view what she can do and what she can't do coming up here?
Yeah, I mean, the idea of age eligibility is to protect these players in the long run. I just feel like if a player is ready and can handle that stage, which we've seen from Coco at Wimbledon, I just think there should be a few more opportunities. I think it's something like she only has 3 more tournaments to play through, is it next March?
Yes.
That doesn't seem right either. That just seems like there's almost too much dead time for her there off the court. But it is what it is. I love the way she plays. Everybody's made differently. Some people can handle the occasion at 14 and 15, 16. Others can't. When you look at who's around the player, you get a really good sense of how things are going to turn out. I don't have those concerns with Coco.
I think this age eligibility rule, what it does is prolongs the career. We've had too many injuries. The biggest problem was that the parents saw, oh, my kid can play all the tournaments at 14. So they would take him out of school when they're 8 years old. They would train like crazy, so they're ready to go at 14. Now you have the exceptional Coco Gauff, who is ready, obviously, for prime time, but maybe now, if she challenges the rule, she probably would win. I'm not sure how legal it is. But overall, I think the rule is a good idea. It just means that the players will get to their best a little bit later, but chances are they will have a much longer career.
Yeah, the intent's good. The intent for the rule is good. You can always discuss big picture. Is it a parent's decision? Should it be the tour's decision? How do you do that? But Lindsay, I mean, again, you set it up so well because you just said she is surrounded by the right people early on. Her parents have their feet in the ground, and it's not a matter of if, it's more a matter of when with her.
Yeah, clearly the rules in place for the players who don't have the right people in the infrastructure around.